What's going on, y'all? It's your boy No Credit, and I'm back again with another one. I need you guys to do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon for more videos like this. That being said, let's get into it. So in a recent interview, Frank Martin opens up about his upbringing. He talks about his life when he was a child, when he was a teenager, and what made him turn to boxing. So I want you guys to listen to what Frank Martin had to say, and we're going to break it down because he said a lot of things that most boxers can relate to. You know, most boxers have faced the same adversity growing up, and they come to a crossroads where they have to choose boxing or the streets.
It was really like being in the middle, being in the mix, you know, like when I was a little younger, it was more like I had that street side in me, you know, I wasn't in sports, none of that, you know, so
I had to pause it right there and talk about it. You know, at a younger age where you're not really able to sit down and think about the decisions you make very dumb decisions. You want to be in the streets, you want to hang out with certain people that don't have your best interests at heart. You know, they just want to do things just to do it. And you find yourself in a situation where you're more in the streets because you're loving the adrenaline, you're loving the rush it comes with, you're loving the females like bad guys, you're just loving everything the street life come with until you start to get in trouble, get that jail time, people start shooting, people start dying, then you realize, hey, maybe this isn't for me, or maybe I'm moving a little too fast, maybe there's another way out. You know, you gotta get some of those life experiences to humble you, to bring you back to your purpose.
Yeah.
So let's continue.
You know, so I was in the guns and hanging with the wrong people, you know, the wrong crowd, hanging with the wrong crowd. And I ended up getting into sports, like, focus in the sports a little later, probably like, I ain't really tap in and get focused prior to my, like, sophomore year.
You guys heard what Frank Martin said. He said, I was in the guns, I was hanging around the wrong people, and I ain't really tapping the sports till later down the line, like, when I was like probably 15, 16. He said my sophomore year. So honestly, he could have been boxing longer than when he really locked in. Because at 15, 16, you know, it's a good age to box. But imagine if he would have started boxing like 7 years old. He'd have so much experience. Like guys like Shakur Stevenson and Terrence Crawford has the edge on a lot of people. They've been boxing since 6, 7 years old. Even Gervonta Davis, he's been boxing since he was a kid. So the experience gap is too deep. So at like 15, 16, the same age Earl Spence started boxing for real. Because I just seen an interview from Earl too. He said he started boxing like 16 years old. For real.
Sophomore year.
Yeah.
Did you say you was hanging with the wrong crowd and the guns and shit? I seen somewhere where I read that you had caught a case.
Yeah.
So let's dive into that. What was that? How did that play out? Like, what did that look like?
So his senior year, I saw wrestling play football.
Okay.
Or whatever. So I ended up losing my scholarships, and once I ended up losing my scholarships, Like I said, I was facing some time. I had like home invasion, armed robbery. I had a few, you know, those little cases on me or whatever, but I ended up getting them dropped. Got a little attorney, his name Robert Love.
Okay.
Got an attorney and got my charges dropped, and I took off. Like far as with the boxing, I'm like, once I lost my scholarships, I'm just gonna tap in, and that's what I gotta do, you know. So me being who I wanna be, you know, I understood that, you know, I'm an athlete, you know, like, so I'ma use that vessel to open up other doors, you know. I wasn't into like school. I could have been, you know, if I put that time in, but I'm like, I'ma use my.
Frank Martin goes more into depth on his situation growing up. On his situation growing up, he had court a case, and he explained what the case was about. Well, the cases he court cases for home invasion, robberies. But the good thing about Frank Martin in this situation, he had a lawyer. You know, a lot of people want to be criminals, but they don't understand what comes with being a criminal. When you commit a crime, you better have a lawyer, because a public defender, their job is to send you to jail, not get you out of jail. People need to understand that. I've been in that situation before. Public defender, their job is to send you to jail, not get you out of jail. So once you understand that, you're gonna stop getting in trouble, because public defender are not out there to help you. They out there just to represent you, just so you're not just standing there just to stand there by yourself and defend yourself. But they're not at your best interest. They don't care what happens to you. So the great thing about Frank Martin, he had a lawyer, and his lawyer was able to spank all of his cases. And even though he lost his scholarship because he used to play other sports, he played football and he lost all of his scholarships, he realized, hey, listen, I had scholarships for all these sports. I'm a talented athlete. I need to find a sport and lock in. And that's when he just locked in with boxing, you know, which was great. You know, it takes these life experiences to make you find your purpose in life. And I'm glad Frank Martin, after his little situation and spanking his cases, he took boxing seriously. And now, look where he's at, on the biggest stage of his career, about to fight one of the biggest stars in the sport of boxing, in Gervonta Davis. It's your boy, No Credit, and I'm out.